So I'm going to pass you straight over to Sarah, one of my Strong and Sassy clients, who's going to give a little bit of a briefing about who she is, where she's from, maybe a little bit about her original goal for signing up to the Strong and Sassy program. So straight over to you.
I'm grand. So my name is Sarah. I'm 28 and I'm from Roscommon in Ireland. I suppose the reason I joined was because I felt like I needed like a little bit of direction. I kind of would have always considered myself like relatively active. Like I used to play football and I used to do classes, but I never looked how I wanted to. I never felt like I got the results that I should have been getting. So I knew Amanda from way back before, so I knew what she was about. And like I said to Amanda before, like I think I'd written her a message like 3 or 4 times the last few years and just deleted it and chickened out. So I gave up football and I was like, no, this is the year now that I'm going to, I suppose, take control and sign up and bite the bullet, because like it is scary, like when you do kind of commit to it or say you're going to do it, like it is a little bit nerve-wracking, but no, it's once you're into the swing of it, like even the first week like is great. It's like a lot to learn. Like my mindset had to change like totally, like I really did. I nearly feel like I was kind of like half brainwashed to think a certain way about food and exercise. But yeah, so yeah, when I thought I was relatively active, now I'm like, oh my god, no, I absolutely wasn't. Like I think I was overestimating how much I was actually doing. So no, I signed up to Amanda just for the accountability and bit of direction. And then I suppose I knew you always had like a no nonsense, like say it as it is type of approach. And that's what I would always look for. Like I don't want someone to sugarcoat anything like that. Like I need someone to give it to me straight. So that was why I was like, no, I think Amanda is the person to help me out here. So that was why I'd originally got in touch with you.
I love it. Absolutely brilliant. And it's funny how you say originally, because obviously things do change as you go along. But what was it like? You had said before that you were previously quite active. So what, like, were you previously doing, say, before starting? I know you mentioned football there in classes, but what was it that made you want to change? Like, why do you think it was that you wanted to change?
I think, I don't know if I was kind of getting bored of just doing the same thing over and over again, and then kind of like I'd maybe see results for like the first couple of weeks, and then like I stuck at it because like I did enjoy them, but I was like, no, like I feel like more should be happening with how, or I should be changing how I look a bit more. So I knew there was just something I wasn't doing, like there was like a missing piece of the puzzle somewhere, and it was definitely the food side of things. Like I really do. But like I suppose like I would have done a class, and if I had like say 5,000 steps, I would have been like, oh, that's me for the day, and that was it. Whereas now I'm like, oh no, like it's 10,000 steps, like without question, and then everything else nearly kind of follows afterwards. So yeah, I was kind of just getting annoyed at myself that couldn't do it myself, that kind of way. And I was like, no, I have to like get a bit of help here now and a bit of direction and stuff. So like you had like, I knew you had like the nutrition side of it and the PT side of it. So I was like, oh sure, who better to go to that can guide it for both things and not just one.
100%, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that like it's a 2-for-1 offer for sure.
Yeah.
But you had mentioned there about like getting a message ready 3 or 4 times and deleting it. What made you so skeptical before starting? Like, why do you think it took you maybe as long to get to a point where you said, I need help?
I don't know if I was skeptical. I think I was more kind of stubborn to actually admitting I couldn't do it on my own. Um yeah, like I would be a pretty stubborn person. Like, so I do actually think like it was my own pride, like getting in the way of like actually getting in contact with you sooner. And been like, no, like, I'll try do this, or like I'll just start eating this, and like crashing and burning. Like that's exactly what I was doing. Like I was going all in for 5 days, and then Saturday would come and everything would just go downhill again. So um yeah, I suppose not admitting defeat, I suppose, but kind of realizing that, you know, it's you can ask for help, like it's fine. It doesn't show that, like, I don't know, like you don't know what you're doing. Well, I didn't know what I was doing, like, but you know, you do need help, like when you don't know. Like I would have thought, like on the days that I would have done like my classes or had training or something, like I'd just be like, oh, carbs all the way, carbs, carbs, carbs. Whereas now I'm like, oh my God, I was eating no protein, like whatsoever. No wonder I couldn't do it. Like, so um yeah, I would say it was definitely my own pride and stubbornness that was getting in the way of like writing you a message and being like, no, 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 like I'll give it one more go myself. Like, so it was kind of, I was kind of going around in circles, I suppose, for a few months, and then I was like, no, this is it now. I'm just going for it now this year. So I'm so glad I did.
Love it. And look, you are not alone there. I can tell you, there is definitely going to be people listen to this and they are going to think the exact same thing. They're going to think, oh, I've been trying this for so long. I've been going around in circles. I know what I should do. I know what I should do. But look, you reached out for help, and as you said, like, delegate things. I even delegate things. Like, I'm a coach and I have my own coach. I've coaches in different areas. Do you know what I mean? Delegate. It's so much easier. It means then that you can focus on the things that you actually want to, you want to focus on. Leave the rest of it to me. I love it, Sarah. What was the biggest breakthrough, do you think, on the program?
I would say it was probably not being afraid to stand on the scales, and if there was an increase, that I knew it wasn't the end of the world. Because like when you are training and like you think you're eating healthy, like you just expect the scales to just go down, 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 down. And I suppose what I've learned with you is that like life happens, like shit happens, like you're gonna go up and down. And I suppose maybe like the first time I stood on the scales and there was a bit of an increase, like I didn't panic. And I was like, it's fine, like it's absolutely grand. And then I knew that you weren't going to give out to me either. So this was another thing. So I suppose that was probably the biggest breakthrough. And then like coming home from holidays and not being afraid to stand on the scales either. I was like, right, come on, let's just like do this and see where we are. Yeah, and then again, I suppose kind of believing when people had said like, you know, Sarah, you're looking really good, or you know, you're looking really toned. Whereas now I'm still like, oh, stuff, you know, I think it's like an Irish thing, you just can't take a compliment at all. But like, yeah, like, oh God, like that's like the second or third person that said that to me now this week. Like, you know, it must be starting to show like to other people apart from myself. But I think there was like a few breakthroughs, like even like the food side of things, like you were at me like, Sarah, you have to eat more fats, you have to eat more fats. Whereas before I was like, no, fats are the devil, like I'm not putting them anywhere near me. So now I'm like, my avocados, my cashew nuts, like all of that stuff. Like, so I suppose there hasn't been just like one breakthrough. Like I'd say I've had a breakthrough in like the nutrition side, the fitness side, say like the kind of mental health side of it too. Like there's been breakthroughs in all areas, we'll say.
Oh, that's so good, Sarah. That is brilliant. And then I suppose you've mentioned breakthroughs, but results wise, you know, maybe talk a little bit through your actual results that you've had over the last 6 months.
Yeah, so I suppose my fitness goal with you was I wanted to be able to do one press up, like one single press up was all I wanted to be able to do. I was in the gym the other day and I was able to do 10. I was like, oh my God. And like to other people that might sound like nothing, but like when I say like I could not do half of a press up, like my upper strength was shocking. So I've hit that fitness goal. I've lost 10 kg now, which I never had a goal weight that I wanted to be at. Like I didn't really care about that side of it. It was more, I don't know, like the aesthetic side of it and like feeling fit and feeling strong. And I do like, it's gas, like before, like in the gym when I had started, like I was wearing the baggies t-shirts like that I had in the wardrobe and stuff. Whereas now, like I'm like going to the gym, like I don't mind like wearing like a tighter fit t-shirt and stuff like that, and like kind of like a little flex in the mirror every so often when there's no one else there, like just checking to see. But like you do get such like a buzz out of it, like, and when you see like the weights that you're lifting is increasing, like it just makes you like so much more hungry, like to do more and keep going and just keep working on it. Because like it is like the best feeling in the world, like when you're like, oh my god, I lifted that, like I couldn't lift half of that like 3 months ago or whatever. So no, it is like there is such a buzz off it. It's addictive nearly, so it is like.
100%. I totally agree. And lastly, thank you so much for all of the like great words that you've used and talked about the program. And look, I obviously know and can see the happiness in what you're getting from this program. But who would you recommend the program to? And I'm hoping you're going to say that you would recommend the program.
Oh god, yeah, like I don't think there's anyone that it wouldn't suit, is probably the best answer. Like you're so adaptable and so approachable that like nothing is an issue at all. Like if there's something going up like or coming up, like I can just say like, look Amanda, going away on holidays or whatever. No, like I think absolutely everyone, and like there, I know like there's moms in the group, and I just think like they're the most amazing. Like I love seeing like their weekly wins and stuff, because I'm like, how the hell did they do it? Like
100%.
yeah, like they're fab, like they're so good. But like I think anyone like young and old, like don't be afraid, like, or don't think like, oh, I'm not fit enough or whatever, because like you will work to their strengths and what they can do. And like, my god, like you'll be surprised at how quickly you'll come along with things like in the gym or like your home workouts or whatever it is that you're doing. Like you will get there, because at the start for the first week I just felt like nearly embarrassed in the gym, and then after a while I was like, heck it, like I'm trying my best here, and now I walk in and I don't care. Like I just get on with it. So no, absolutely anyone, like no matter like what your job, like I do shift work now, and I'm still, well, I'm only getting into my new routine now, but like I can still work everything around it, that kind of way. No, like it's just perfect, so it is. And like even if it's not, like if you're not looking to like lose weight, or if you're just trying to get like more confident in yourself or whatever, like it's even perfect for that. Like never mind like the whole losing weight side of it, like there's so much more to it. Like I journal now, which like when you said that to me the first time, I was like, oh Jesus, like no, imagine. Like, and now I was looking, I think I've written in it like 50 days in a row or something like that.
I
So
love it.
yeah, you'd be surprised at like the stuff that you say, like, oh, you should do this, you should do this. Like I will say, like I did roll my eyes to a few things, and now I'm like, oh no, like I couldn't imagine not doing that now. So no, look, if
100%.
you're in two minds about it, like and I know everyone says this, but like I only wish I started sooner, like that kind of way. So no, like it's never too late. Like now, like just before Christmas and stuff like that, like if you
Good
are
time.
feeling like this kind of down in yourself, as I was feeling like about how you look like before Christmas, like now's the perfect opportunity to just be like, no, come on, let's do this, get it done, finish 2022 off on a high, like, because no, it's the best feeling, it really is. So
Woo! Thank you, Sarah.
no bother, thank you.